Okay, so today I'm going to be continuing my little unboxing mini series that I was doing, which is not something I've done very often, right? Historically, I've never really used webcams because I don't do face cams. So the only times I've used it, at least on this channel, I can't remember if I use it on my past channel really much at all, but it's just to show something physically like in real life. So for example, I did that chess series with the square off board, which is like a digital board that you can play people online. So I showed it here like on the table and I showed the board and I could physically show the moves. Whereas I'm not doing it to show myself, I'm doing it to show that. Or I tried doing like a food review one time. It was all during that same period of time. So I got the square off board and then I'm like, okay, I may as well use a webcam. And I did it to show the board as I'm playing people online with the board, kind of like the chess up, but just whatever. I got the square off one and that it was cheaper and whatever. But it's just a gimmick, but you can play with people online. Like you move your piece on there on the board, and then it translates the move to online. And then there's the more expensive ones, which is kind of what I was looking for when I got that, and I almost thought it was that, but I should have known for only like 200 at that time, like Christmas 2023. I should have known that wasn't going to be good enough because 200. I wanted the one with the magnets where like I move my piece and it translates that move to the online game that we're playing, but it doesn't do that for your opponent where it like physically some of them will physically move your opponent's piece with a magnet based on the move that they make online, like the chestnut I guess is one of them, and so maybe some of the other ones. So that magnet aspect is what I was actually intrigued by, so I can play the whole game online without having to do anything. Whereas with the one that I have is like I make my move on the board, it makes it online for me, so that's convenient. But then they'll make their move online, but then I still have to move it for them on the board, and it'll just like light it up. So the point is that's one use of the webcam that I did here. I'm trying to think what else. I did like a Rubik's Cube. I didn't even successfully do it, but whatever. I tried doing a Rubik's Cube. I tried doing a square off little series, and then I did the almost like a food review, something like that as a gimmick. I think that's pretty much all I used it for. I can't remember if there was something. Oh yeah, the Kindle Scribe was like a writing stream, right? Where I showed that off. So it's good to kind of show off these piece of technology like that, but it becomes just more of a gimmick. Like the Kindle Scribe thing is stupid. Like I could just use a piece of paper and I could just write. And it would be the same, for all intents and purposes. Or I could just use a Word document or Paint or something and just write on there, type on there. Like it's just that's all I'm doing. But or I love when people use that as an argument, like, oh, it'll save trees, save paper. But you know how much resources go into making stuff like that in the first place, how much money, and you could buy a lifetime's worth of paper with that fucking that you spent on that. So I forgot what I even paid for that, but I get these little gimmicks sometimes. Like I won't get anything for a long time, then I'll get a gimmick item like that, and then I won't even ever use it. But or like I'll use it once and that's it. That's how I am kind of with consoles. The very existence and ideas of consoles are a gimmick because PC is just so much better, says the guy who uses a gaming laptop. But even then, that kind of proves it all the more that even laptops are still better than fucking shitty ass consoles. So last time we started our unboxing series, this is episode 2 of my unboxing mini series. So that episode was using my shitty Walmart webcam, which I didn't unbox that, of course, because then I wouldn't have had a camera with which to show it being unboxed. That was just something I had used in the past, like I said, for those other ones, the square off board and whatnot. So that was like a shitty $30 Walmart webcam. Now, why did I use that one? Because the first item I was unboxing here is the camera that you currently see now being used. So there's a bit of an irony to that. I had to use the shitty Walmart webcam to unbox this better camera that I got so that now I could use this to unbox other things. So the point is that how could I'll just use this to unbox everything else, but then how can I show myself unboxing the camera itself? Right, so that's why I had to do that first. Hey Landry, how's it going? So we use the Walmart webcam to unbox this one. So this is I guess I can show you the box of it too, although the road thing is kind of blocking it. Um, it is the Sony digital camera ZV-1F. This ran me about $500, maybe 560, something like that after tax. So it's pretty decent price. Obviously, this is the first time I'm even seeing the quality of it or the first time using it. I just unboxed it last time, but I didn't actually use it at all. And you have to put it in like streaming mode to even get it to do this. So I was worried for a second that you might not even be able to use it as a webcam, but um, so the visual quality should be much better than that Walmart one. And based on just what I can see, it seems pretty good. So yeah, and even it's funny, this one actually is called, if you look it up like on the website or Best Buy or whatever, it'll be called digital camera for content creators. That's even like part of the name. It doesn't say it on the box, but it says it on the website. Like, this camera is made for content creators. Like, it's almost like, it just makes it sound stupid and whatever. Like, oh, what if I'm a professional filmmaker? I could be using it for something more elegant, but oh no, it knows that I'm a shitty clown content creator. So basically, we spent 500 on that. We unboxed it the last time. I can't really show it because the camera is being used right now. So we'll use that from now on to do these kind of sessions. That was the main important first thing. Now, the second thing I'm unboxing, quote unquote, is going to be the Rode Wireless Go 3, right? As we're using it right now, as I've been using for like, it feels like a month or maybe a couple months. I can't remember even when I got it. So this I already got and I've already been using, and I've already obviously opened it because I've been using it for weeks at least. So it's a bit of a lie. I'm already doing fake content because it's like, how could I be unboxing it if it's already unboxed and I've been using it? But for all intents and purposes, right, I get to show it off. And then we have other things that to unbox later. But I wanted to start with these two because one of them, again, I needed to do the camera to use it for everything else. And then I need to do the mic because it's already been unboxed. So let's just pay tribute to it. So this ran me $300. It's the Rode Wireless Go 3. And it is speaking of content creator camera, that being in the name, this is like the content creator mic. This is the one that you always see with a little fluff on top, people interviewing people in the street and doing like stupid videos. This is often the one that you see either like pinned to their shirt, right? You can like attach it there, or like they shove the little fluffy part of it in people's face, like, oh, answer this question or do this. So this is a very commonly seen microphone that I'm even familiar with just from that. Like, I've seen it in countless videos. Whether it's this exact one or an older version of it or something similar, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is a very well-known microphone. So I can show you some of the components, but one of them I can't really take out. So you have the wire. You have like a little wire here that has to be plugged into the computer. Apparently, I just realized this now, actually. Normally, I just do it because like, oh, I'm leaving it charging as I'm streaming, but this is like the base unit, so that needs to be on in order for the other ones to even work at all. And if you want to record, then you hit the button at the top and then it starts recording. And so there's two of them, so you could use like one, one each for different people. Like, let me try to show it here. Yeah, that fluff is kind of iconic, actually. We got the iconic fluff that, again, is the typical to the content creator mic. But no, first of all, this is the base unit. So again, this is what controls everything. This is important to just have. So normally I leave it charging just because, you want to have it on. But I try to unplug it just so I could show the wire at the beginning of this. But then it was no longer picking up my mic, detecting my mic at all. So apparently this has to be plugged into the computer just for it to even detect the other mics at all. So again, it shows you the the volume. Like I said, there's two mics with this. You could use it either as a left and right video, audio feed separately, or again for two different speakers, two different people, talking in an interview, the interviewer and interviewee. Like, this is all how people would probably use it. So there's a couple buttons on it. There's the power button, which also records if you hit that. The one time, which I don't need to use now because obviously when you're streaming, you don't really have to interface with it, but the screen itself. I like the design of these actually because they're very simple. Like, it's just very straightforward. There's not much you have to mess with, right? You just open it, you just turn it on. I don't even have the box anymore. So not only is it not an unboxing, but there is no box to even look at that we've already previously opened. I don't even remember what I did with it. I have it laying around somewhere. So it has, obviously the microphone sound. And again, I've sort of merged the two audio channels into one just so I can use one mic and I don't have to worry about the other one. What else is on there? There's the battery. It shows you the battery of the main unit. Then it shows you the audio, obviously, which is the same, paired between everything, the two channels. Then it shows you the battery of the mic itself. That's mic number 2, Mic number 1 is off right now. Then at the bottom, it shows you like the signal kind of a thing. I don't even know what that is, like the bar of a signal. And then MS and channel, and there's some buttons on the bottom. I forget what they are, but that's sort of like to. This does seem pretty clear, actually. I do like this. I'm just kind of judging the camera quality myself as I'm doing this, but yeah, this will switch like the channels, whether you want them to be shared or split and whatnot. I'm not going to mess with that right now, but and again, then you just have the wire on the side. You have the clip. Actually, the clip part, I don't understand why you need it for this, because this is just the base unit. It's not like this is. Why would you clip this? Because that's not even a mic itself. So again, that's the base unit. Then you have 2 of these units, which again is the microphone itself with the fluff. So it's what I'm currently speaking into right now. I'll show you that one too. And you know why I've actually enjoyed using this is because it's just been convenient. Like if I'm kind of just laying down a little or I'm like kind of in a lazy position, I don't have to like lean forward or worry about the setup of the mic. I can just hold this shit, right, and be playing in any position or streaming, whatever I'm doing. So it is a little bit convenient. I haven't been clipping it to my shirt or whatever because it doesn't sound as well there. Not necessarily a fault of the mic. It's more just I have certain mic settings in OBS that I use with previous mics, and I'm too lazy to change them, so I just keep them the same. So it only works better if I'm holding it like a little closer to my mouth, which you're kind of meant to do that anyway. The way that people shove this little fluff thing in the face of people on the street unsuspectingly, right, just to interview them and do stupid ass content. So we have a content creator camera and we have the content creator mic, because again, I've called it that jokingly in the past of just, oh, it's that one with the fluff that you've seen in hundreds of videos that everybody uses apparently, just for some reason. It must be, I guess, just that good. But yeah, it's wireless, but you do need the base unit. Now, normally you don't need the base unit to be plugged into anything. So I was trying it like that for something else. Like I can just have as long as everything's charged and has battery, the base unit could just be somewhere. You're just holding it or you have it in your bag or whatever. And then the other ones will turn on and you can record and you can do whatever you want, right? The only reason why it has to be plugged in, I guess, is because I want it to be used on the computer right now. Right? But otherwise you wouldn't need it, or maybe just on your phone you might plug it into that. Yeah, like what if you wanted to stream directly from the mic? Like, okay, I just want to stream on Twitch from the microphone with no video. You can't do that, right? You would need to stream from your phone using the mic, right? That'll be like the next level. Well, you don't need any setup at all. You just literally you have the microphone and that's it. And for somebody like me who doesn't do anything visually anyway, face cam and stuff, it would be fine. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to really see here, but I like how I can drag these sort of things out. This is a format that I wanted to do for a long time, though. So again, I have a number of other things. I won't tell you what they are. It'll make me seem like a clown who's wasted a lot of money all at once, but I have been saving for some time to do this, and they're all useful things that I'll use anyway. Like I'm using this right now anyway, not just to demonstrate it, but to, in fact, it would make more sense even to not use it if I'm trying to demonstrate it. That way I can show it, show both of them. But no, I've been using this for the last couple of months, it feels like now, and right, again, the camera I'm going to use for any other sessions like this, or maybe even other little weird things I could do. IRL type content, which I guess I wouldn't mind that in the sense of showing other people. I just don't want to show myself. I believe in, well, I don't know. I always criticize that cult of personality basis, like, it's not about you. It should be about the content. It should speak for itself. It should be based in merit. I always say that about like chess streamers and stuff. They make it too much about them to distract from the fact that they're maybe not really that good. And then the other thing is it's not on a tripod or anything. It's just kind of sitting on a table right now. But yeah, this is the Rode mic. Let's look at the setup of this. You have the little fluff on the top. And of course, you could just take it off and it's just the mic unit itself on there. But this is better too. I forget what these things are even called. Like it's called a windscreen almost. Or like the one I have for my Blue Yeti is like that, a windscreen, or it might have a different name when it's all fluffy like this, but the front there just says the Rode thing. We're getting a bit of a bad shadow though at this angle. I don't know why that is, but The side just has the little writing on it. There's just something cute about how simple it is. In a way, you know, if you're more technical, more advanced, you might say, "Oh, that's stupid. It should have more interface and more inputs and this and that, and more features." But you know, for my purpose, it's almost like they're showing off. You know, oh look, it has nothing on it. Even a moron like me can use it. It's like this is where if you need to charge the mic itself, which this one is pretty low on battery. The one I'm using is completely full, but oh shit. Yeah, like do all of these interviewers and stuff use this now, like Bobby Altoff or whatever, whoever the fuck the big interviewers are, they very well might be using this. So that's the little clip. So for this part, that would actually be useful because again, you can just clip it to your collar or something. And made in Australia. I actually just noticed that. So Stars would be proud. Our resident Australian on stream, who there's so many good jokes and back and forth just about that. Like, did you know in the prehistoric Carboniferous era of humanity, there was these giant ass spiders that would be the size of your fucking stomach, or the size of your whole size of a person, maybe? Oh, wait a second, that's just called living in Australia in 2025. Oh fuck! Goddamn ASMR microphone flop. It just hit the fucking camera. Now I'm gonna be paranoid. Like, oh, when you get a new car, you don't want to actually drive it. I'm gonna fuck up the mic in doing this. We got to show that it's made in Australia, which I would never would have guessed that actually. You're always assuming like China or some shit. Why does it get so blurry like that though? I don't get it. Really, what the fuck? Why am I getting this blur? We got to do some avant-garde camera work here. What is this? Okay, there we go. Maybe it's closer than I realized because I'm looking at it in my little minimized OBS thing. Made in Australia. Something about the battery rating and whatnot. Then you have the power button on the bottom. Wow, what an exciting unboxing. But no, like I said, I've been using it for a while, so it's not a true unboxing, but it deserved its due, I felt like, because again, these will be the first two, and then I'll even tell you how many other things I have to unbox. So it was $500 for the camera. It was $300 for the Rode mic. Then we have mystery item number 3, mystery item number 4, mystery item number 5, and mystery item number 6. So I'll get around to them when I feel like it, but this is fun as like a little mini series. I'm trying to think what other things I can do with this. Like, okay, I want to show stuff and I can show something. So is that really interesting to people or what? Right, like, oh, it'd be there is something to that, right? Like stream 12 hours a day and just be constantly talking and doing random shit, just showing even your daily life and show your face, and it's like, is that really necessary? Is that really good value content? Like, what is the point of it? But that's the kind of thing that almost people like, or it grows on them. Right, it's almost like I don't know, some kind of connection that people establish. What do they call it? Like, not only living vicariously, but like, you know, being parasocial or something. They care about all these little mundane things. Like, even with celebrity culture, you can look at that. Like, oh, this person's really good at acting, so we love them as an actor. Okay, fair enough. That's at least based in merit to some degree, measurable, even if it's somewhat subjective. But then you care about, oh, their love life and their romance and stuff. Like, why do you care about that? You only care about them because they're good at one thing, acting, and now you overextend and you start to care about every little aspect of their life. So there's the difference, right? Of cult of personality versus merit. What you're known for is not what you actually focus on. But this is a little pouch. I don't even know if this was meant to be to carry them. This might have just been to carry wires and stuff. Right, like like how they pack it, the wires were in here. So I don't know if this is even meant for the mics, but I've been sort of using this to carry them. There's just like a little pseudo carrying case here. It would seal up like this, but I don't think that's even advised because, like I said, I don't think it's even meant for that. And I haven't been sealing it up. I'll just keep them out like that. This angle is a little tough because I tend to use this table actually to show stuff, but given the fact that this USB is kind of short and it has to be plugged into my computer, how come I was able to get away with that with the other one? I guess the USB is just longer. This wire is kind of short and it has to be plugged in for me to use it with the computer. So therefore, Therefore, the angle is not the greatest, but or that table is just not high enough that I demonstrate stuff on. Again, we have the carrying bag, very simple to the point. We have the little thing with the fluff on it. The 2 microphones here. Yeah, that's $800 down for a clown like me. Haven't made even close to that in my entire life streaming, or maybe on the, I don't know about my previous channel. I don't even remember. I think I just didn't worry about stuff like that much, but I did have more of a following at least than what we have here. But yeah, on this entire channel's lifespan, I haven't made that much, I don't think. In like how many years? Like 4 years now of being back to streaming, 2021 to 2025. This would be the 4th year coming up in October. Right, yeah, it was the beginning of October 2021. And for all intents and purposes, I could say I've streamed every single day since then, although I have missed a few days here and there. I make an effort to, at least, and generally it's been the majority of them, which makes it kind of funny for like my YouTube purpose too. Because what happens is, what is that shadow though? So there's a little shadow and a little blur, but that has less to do with the camera. I'm not gonna blame that, and more so just to do maybe with the overall setup, right? There's not much we can do about it, so um what is it even showing there? Um what was I saying? The something to do with YouTube. Oh yeah, if I was to try to go back and upload that whole 4 years worth of content, I haven't even uploaded probably close to half of it, or I don't even know what percent. Right? Like I went back and tried to catch up with that over the years. And so I've gotten through like October, November of 2021, and I'm at like December where I'm still doing like Spirit of Justice and then Detroit. But I still haven't finished those. Now, more recently, in the last couple of years, I've tried to upload stuff as I'm doing it. Like every week, I'll try to upload the VODs that I'm doing, or I make a little episode out of it if it's all like the same thing. But generally speaking, there's a lot that I didn't upload, right? End of 2021, I still have to finish. Most of 2022, I didn't do. Then in 2023, I sort of started to try to keep up with it. So there's like a lot of full playthroughs that I didn't do, and they're like The Walking Dead and Life is Strange and Detroit and Until Dawn and whatever other. I guess those were the main ones that were like full playthroughs. A lot of them would end unceremoniously early. LA Noire, but because I died, first playthrough permadeath, obviously my stable format. But yeah, this is nice and comfortable. I mean, there's got to be something more visually interesting I can do, or like what really could you do? I could do like tarot cards, or I could do some other shit. Like I don't know, just get like different puzzles every time, different. Because it's just visual feedback. The real point of it is you're just talking. Or I could like I could like write stuff out and then leave it up there as like, oh, this is a debate format point because I have to give visual feedback because people are too dumb to understand it otherwise. Because whatever, you just have to make everything into like a bit of a spectacle. So let me show off the mics again together. I'll try to show off, in fact, all 3 together here for a second. And obviously, the 2 mics are identical. So it has the charging wire on the left side. It has the, or I'm sorry, it has the charging wire on the charging opening on the right side. It has just the logo writing on the left side. It has the fluff, obviously, on the top. It has the writing in the middle. It has a clip on the back, and it has the power button on the bottom. So they're identical. And then we have the 3rd unit thing. And obviously I couldn't talk there because then that thing's unplugged. But I just want to get like the perfectly symmetrical marketing ideal thing, right? Like the perfect setup if I'm trying to shoot it for like an ad, or I'm not that I'm not endorsing any of these products, anything like that. I just happen to have been a clown and bought them. And in fact, I'm almost saying you shouldn't waste your money like this, and I kind of am, but whatever. They're just things that I happen to be getting, and I'm not even necessarily saying that I know a ton about them. This one, at least, I was familiar with because I'd seen it a lot. So that's kind of good advertising. Just make a product that's so good that everybody uses it, and then everybody's familiar with it just from that. The camera, I don't really have any special knowledge of, but yeah, this also has some other button on there, or some other opening on the side. It has a charging port and then some other like an audio auxiliary type port. I can't really show it because this is all fucked up, but yeah, whatever. There's some other thing at the bottom I think I forgot to mention. So again, my review of the camera seems to be pretty good so far. Again, I haven't messed around with the features much and all, but the camera quality at least seems better than a shitty $30 Walmart webcam, which speaks to the fact that okay, you expect that for $500 fucking dollars. But other than that, I can't really judge it too heavily. So is it worth $500? No. But that's not really a knock against it. It just means like don't waste your money unless you really have some good use for it, which even I arguably don't have the best use for it. Aside from these type of sessions, I'll try to find an excuse to use it some other way. But then the Rode thing is $300. That does seem worth it. It's convenient. It's, portable. Take it anywhere. Use it in your car. Use it in the wild. Use it for interviews professionally. Marketing ads and stuff. Right, it seems very convenient to use, very popular, well received. So that I would give it a decent mark. Again, $300 is a lot. This is the newest one, I think. Rode Wireless Go 3. So you could get the 2 or the 1 and probably still be fine, but I should again take advantage of the visual more. Like there's nothing to really look at, but what is with the lighting, man? The lighting sucks. Oh, you know what I could do? I can almost stand it up on the back. But yeah, whatever. I'm trying to think of other visual type things you could do. Again, the shadow there being cast is it's actually quite weird. The angle is like that, but whatever. Yeah, it's fine. It's going to be a case where good product seems to be okay. Again, between these two, you should become a real professional content creator. Wow. Either I'm going to have to do that and make a living doing it, or I'm going to go bankrupt from all this shit that I've saved for, but still wasting money on whatever, just to do a one-time unboxing and then, oh no, I'm probably never going to use it again. But not with this. I mean, at least this I've gotten tremendous use out of already. Right, I've just been using it nonstop instead of my normal shit. It is definitely convenient. Like even what I'm doing right now. Normally with how shitty my setup is, I'd have to be like leaning forward into the Blue Yeti mic or something. Right, I'm just kind of leaning back in my chair and I can just do whatever I want. So it is convenient again, but that's just more so the concept of wireless mics in general, not specifically this one. This is a seminal moment in my channel where you realize I just spent about 30 something minutes unboxing something that's already unboxed, not even really doing anything, not even technical knowledge, and I'm able to do like a fucking 40-minute thing just talking about random shit and doing it. So like this shows you what it's about. Like nobody really cares about the product, right, necessarily as much as the main thing that bugs me is the lighting. I need like one of those selfie stick type fucking things. Why is this so bad? It's not me casting the shadow because I'm not even anywhere near it. It is so weird. Yeah, the lighting in that is just bad. And of course, the camera has a mic built into it as well. And even that has a fluff too. I should show that. Compare the fluffs. Battle of the fluffs. Isn't this the kind of funny, exciting content that you want? This is how Mr. Beast became bigger, Ludwig or PewDiePie. Like, wow. Remember that time when he said that really funny thing where he compared the two fluffs together? He compared the fluff of the Rode Wireless 3 to the fluff of the fucking ZF1 content creator mic. So yeah, let's end off by doing the battle of the fluffs. I'm probably not going to use it for that purpose, really, the mic, but in fact, the mic on the other webcam was so shitty that it was just kind of cancer. All right, so we got to do a in-depth look at the fluff here. It's decent size, looks good, seems to work pretty well for, you know, keeping the thing in order. Let's leave that to one, or is it the shadow from the fucking fluff itself that does that? To some extent, that almost seems to be the case. You have that, and then you have the fluff that's meant for the camera itself, right, for the mic on the camera. So this is a much bigger fluff, much meatier, heavier fluff. And yeah, I wonder if I could use this on the Rode mic itself. I wonder what a difference that would make. Yeah, these are called like windscreens, I guess, typically, but maybe they're called something different in this case. Yeah, nice big fluff thing. Not really sure what to say about it. Looks kind of messy in a way that like looks like it's been ripped or whatever. It'd be the sort of thing like your cats would fuck around with if you have pets. They might like it or do something weird. So this is the little thing to clip on, and I see the spot on the top of my camera, which you can't see because I can't show the camera because I'm using the camera to show all this, but yeah, wasn't that fun? We just unboxed something that is already unboxed for like 40 minutes. And then I will, again, I have a few other things to do. So that was just two obligatory ones. Again, one mainly just so I can show everything else with it, and then one so I can actually talk while doing it. Though obviously I've been using this for a little while now. You might think like, who's gonna watch this shit anyway? Like, who watches this type of shit? But this is the sad part, is that people actually do. People actually do watch this shit because look at just chatting. Like, people do less interesting things than even what I'm doing now, even though I think this is dumb. I'm at least showing off some, oh, look at a relatively new product that's on the market, and you know, the new Rode 3, and I'm giving a technical expertise analysis of it, even though I'm not an expert at all. And you know, showing it off visually, like at least there's some intent at value there. Whereas a lot of people don't even attempt value. They're just like, oh, just look at my face and look at me just doing random stuff, and you care because you're parasocial clowns. Like, you know, there's at least a suggestion of value in this, even though it's still conceding to kind of a non-value state where people just do random shit and appeal to all the wrong things. Combine that even with the stimuli acme. What else could we do here? I am intrigued by like what, aside from just the unboxings, what other things could I do with this that don't involve showing my face? And the answer is, I guess you would need not so much a camera, but like an iPhone or something, and then you could stream from there, and you could just stream kind of what you're looking at. Like, you could stream, you know, like you're going out in nature and doing stuff in the wild and whatnot. That's almost more suited not to stream as much as I'd feel comfortable. Like, okay, you could go out, record stuff, and then do commentary on it afterwards. But yeah, I'm not sure what else to say with that. I was kind of hesitant. I was trying to do this sooner too, because I did that like a week ago when I did the, I think it was exactly a week ago actually, when I unboxed the camera, but then I was kind of lazy. I'm putting it off, so maybe that'll be a new format. Every week I do an unboxing of something new that I get, but there's no way. I mean, it could be something smaller and shittier, like something that costs $10, and I'll do a dramatic big unboxing like this. But it's a situation where, yeah, I definitely couldn't afford to keep this up too much if it's going to be something for real. But yeah, I'm not sure what else to say with that. I was kind of hesitant. I was trying to do this sooner too, because I did that like a week ago when I did the, I think it was exactly a week ago when I did the, I think it was exactly a week ago actually, when I unboxed the camera, but then I was kind of lazy. I'm putting it off, so maybe that'll be a new format. Every week I do an unboxing of something new that I get, but there's no way. I mean, it could be something smaller and shittier, like something that costs $10, and I'll do a dramatic big unboxing like this. But it's a situation where, yeah, I definitely couldn't afford to keep this up too much if it's going to be something for real. Yeah, overall, I tend to like this. It does seem convenient. Like between the two, if I had to choose, which one would I rather get? Even though I wouldn't recommend necessarily that you get either one. Don't get anything because it's all just a waste of money. But the mic seems much more useful than the camera. Again, for my purpose too, like I don't even see what I'm going to use it for, really. And I should make it a ritual too to like put everything away neatly, which like to show that too, because I'm showing that whatever unboxing type shit. But there's nothing to really show because this was very easy and it's just going back in the little um case I've been carrying around like this, and the fluff is obviously there visible at the top. That's the most noteworthy, visual element. That cute little fluff at the top lives rent free in everybody's head because you've seen it in a million of these clown content creator type videos. Or like that's always what gives it away too. It'll be like, oh, it's a prank, but then oh look, you have that little fluff fucking camera on you. How could it not be? Um yeah, we have the little base unit. I'll show it again. Base unit, which is a little bit annoying in this context, just from the perspective that I don't know what this blur is though. As much as $500 camera or not, like why does it keep doing that? I can understand if it's like motion blur. Yeah, that's the base unit plugged in there. And then the camera itself is obviously plugged in. And then we have the little fluff for the camera. And then we have the other Rode mic that I'm using currently. But yeah, it'd be fun to sort of brainstorm ideas. What kind of things could I do here? Anything physical or visual that I ever want to show, right? I can do like this.